How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video and I'm sorry for bringing it a little later than when this Classified Files Week 3 mission came out. But what happens is that I was playing soccer with my company team and then I had to play the game and I wasn't here to record the video. But hey, here we are. We faced this week number 3 and friends, we have to remember that we have a special mission in which we have to defeat him. As a ghost biker with a character with the saga tag in the secondary mission, it is worth being able to get this 27,000 Mysterium to be able to spend in the store. So in this case, I have already formed the team. We are going to make the threat at level 5. As always, I have already formed the team because you are going to see what the nodes that the characters have asked us, and it is also composed of TheShori for Arena, Nick Fury, and Hitmonkey, a team that is actually full of the saga. Let's remember that those in the saga are there. For that little phoenix icon, it's worth remembering that this month this saga ends, so next month we will have a new saga. So you are already seeing that the opponents, well, they are made up of America Chavez accuses the Sorcerer Supreme and our friend Ghost Rider. So we are going to leave as always, well, first against America Chavez, and we are going to see what nodes he brings and what possible counters we can do against this character. So what America Chavez tells us is that every second that Cooler has a passive efficiency, okay, it turns out that it is blocked. They make the defender gain 10% and the defender receives 90% less damage from all sources except super attacks and meta the defense. Super attack, the attack has a 200% attack force and apart when the defender. With super attack, we gain a power bar and it is the only way to win. So actually, a character here that can serve us is a character that does a lot of damage due to super attack. It is that he does Cyclops style efficiencies, Daffler style, any type of character is fine. In this case, I have chosen Sand because let's remember that we are going to be able to be developing the character with those efficiencies, and in the end, we are going to be doing a lot of damage. And you are seeing that as a basic blow, we do not do any damage. And what we have to encourage in this fight is to make stops. So that in this way, America Chavez blocks our attacks. We block America Chavez's attacks. And in this way, she has an accumulation of power and reaches the power bar more easily because otherwise we will not be able to develop the damage of our character, because let's remember that we are going to win a power bar for every time our friend America Chavez launches a super attack. So in this case, you are already seeing how strong Arena is because you have seen the damage it has caused thanks to that super attack too. And in this case, it is important that one is also falling very easily. And as a last tip before killing this good Chona, basically, we have to force America Chavez. We have to throw the super attack 1 so that in this way we can avoid it much better, because the super attack 2, as they give us a block, and depending on the phase in which the dimension is, we can eat the unblockable attack. And I'm already telling you that it's going to be totally fatal. Okay, so the truth is that it can be done with any character. It's going to take longer. It's going to take less depending on the power you get with Sand and Forgiveness, with Sand, with America Chavez, and the power you have with your SU, with your character, but little more the truth. We are now living with Kusa, friends, a character who is a top attacker but who as a defender leaves a lot to be desired, and what they tell us is that the skilled attacker always fails. He is applied by a defender's disadvantage due to humanity. He obtains an improvement of precision that increases critical strength. That is why I have told you that it is important to bring skilled characters, as in this case I bring Hitmonkey and I also bring Nick Huivel. The defender alternates between immunity, stun, slowness, articulations. Every 8 seconds the defender takes 30% less damage from hits plus gold damage. Critical price, 60% less than non-critical sources. That's why he took our friend Hitmonkey, because he does pure critical hits and also leaves bleeding disadvantages to which Kusala is immune to bleeding. And apart from that, the defender begins the fight with 5 indefinite passive collation effects. Each one increases the damage force, interrupt the defender's strong attack after, and a quality passive effect to us. So friends, here characters who bleed, and remember that Kusala is immune, therefore we are going to be gaining critical hit passives. Okay, like we said in the first one, Node and Bullseye Hitmonkey can work very well for you here, so any character who hits critical hits will work spectacularly for us. And if we already have the plus of Meta Hemorrhage, it will serve us much better. Look, for example, in this case, we have made a stop, and since right now he is immune to the stop, we gained those details. So then we're lucky that we're going to be doing a lot of damage. So in reality, any skilled character will also be working for us as long as we make stops to the character when he is in the A Twist Immunity is not a difficult character. The only thing you have to force her to always throw Super Attack 1, which is the easiest to avoid. You're already seeing it. It's a step back and then another step back, and you're already seeing that with Hit Monkey, it's coming out spectacularly and super fast, so it would actually be there. It is the only thing that must be taken into account, that Super Attack 1 throws us, and we avoid it. And simply with a character who throws critical blows, as you are seeing with Hit Monkey, we quickly and simply end with this accusation that I already tell you that it is. Very, very simple. In the end, he is a character who is a top attacker and not a defender. We are now leaving for Sorcerer's Blueprint. In this case, we are going to read the notes that this character has right now. And the damage effects inflict 25% more damage to the defender, and the defender receives 90% unless it has a damage effect. That's why we bring in Nick Fiori. The attacker can't hit or take hits. Instead, we get 12% power bar for every time it has a damaging effect. Apart, every time the defender activates an auction that purifies 4 disadvantages, when the opponent dodges backwards, he gets a Typist of Crush, so we can't dodge twice in a row backwards. That is why I have brought Nikuri, and here in reality, any character that puts you at a disadvantage is going to work very well for you. In this case, in the end, I have brought Nikuri because let's remember that with blows, we can be leaving bleeding disadvantages and also making them explode. But friends, what character could be working for us here too? For example, Sunspot comes to mind right now, and we also come to mind. Click, and Hitmonkey has it for you. You also have it on the team. So they are characters that are quite top and that bleed, and be very careful with the Machak logo, because if we go back several times, we will not be able to stop any super attack of the character. Therefore, be very careful with that crush icon, and Sorcerer Supply actually always force it to reach super attack 2, which is the easiest to avoid, and you will not have any type of problem. You are already seeing that with Ifuri, a character always comes out perfectly. What has disadvantages may also be working for you. Kusala in the end also has integration disadvantages and can serve us a lot. The character greatly facilitates this sorcerer supply, another character that is more of an attacker than a defender. We claim those 1007-star shards and leave. So if he goes for the boss, for Cosmic Forgiveness, Reader was going to tell him, Ghost Rider, okay, what notes does the character have? Well, every time the attacker attacks the block, what he shows is reduced, and after downloading, his attacks are in block. What you're discussing receives 90% less damage from all sources when activated super attacks are in effect, while the attacker has an efficiency effect. Here, for example, it could work well for you. Our friend Cyclops has a strong attack ebb and flow, where you must throw him with a strong blow. Additionally, whenever the attacker of the defending rival uses a strong attack, they have 8 seconds to use a super attack or receive a maximum rise of 50%. When the Lord runs forward, he purifies all disadvantages and becomes immune to disadvantages until he is finished. That is why we bring back Arena, a character that in the end can work very well because the hard hit is included in its use. In his way, you are already seeing that we don't do it, but no harm at all. And what other character could be working for us? Well, characters that activate efficiency, such as Cyclops, as I have said before. Who else characters activate efficiency? Well, now that it comes to mind, Storm Pyramid X. They are characters who may be serving us to the presence. So in this case, you are already seeing how we give the hard blow and how we have the disadvantage of being hit and sunk, that we have to throw a super attack quickly, because if not, it is going to be doing us a lot of damage. And you have seen how the efficiency, well, when activating with super attack, it has worked quite well for us, and you are already seeing how we are doing damage only through super attacks. Therefore, here it is important in this mission to bring characters who have efficiencies, both for America Chavez and for this boss. Let's see if we reach super attack 1. Perfect. No, we haven't arrived with the efficiencies. Well, nothing happens. We wait. Okay, in this case, it is true that we don't have any type of damage. Of course, because we haven't hit hard. It's true. I didn't remember. You always have to hit him hard to do some damage. There we are. Strong hit, and just put on our headdress and sunk. And we're going to see if another super attack comes in. Another strong hit. Sorry. There we are. And super attack. There we are. It has just hit us perfect to remove those protective loads. Okay, because if not, it could be bothering us a lot because of the damage. Okay, in the end, she is a character that does good damage, our friend Deuce, and I think she is quite good to use. Shall we shoot? Oh, they're going to leave us, but they're going to leave us, right? Perfect. Sub Plataka 1 fits us very well.
We just hit him and left him at 32%. Yes, it is true that our friend Ghost Rider is a little hard to chew because of the knots they have put on him. We simply have to throw it to eliminate that protection as you are seeing right now, to see if we can force it again to throw a strong perfect blow and to see if it comes towards us and just hasn't entered us. But we would have to throw it because otherwise it may be taking half of 50% of your life. And logically we don't want that. It's worth hitting hard. Let's see if it comes again. It doesn't come. We are going to throw another strong blow. There we are, a strong blow. And we throw super attack 1 of 1 to see if it comes in. No, he didn't want us to come in. Our friend God Raider is rebellious. Since that's where that super attack 1 has entered us and we are almost killing our God Rider. Always try to avoid that. Purple shield will increase in power because otherwise we may be seeing that we have no harm to do to him. We're almost done. We shot super attack 2 and I think we killed him. And indeed, I already tell you that God Rider has a little difficulty, but with a character that achieves efficiency, as you are seeing with Arena, with Cyclops, with Storm, with Forgiveness, with Storm, Pyramid X, it's going to be spectacular. You are already seeing the prices: 2,000 gilas of 7, 3,000 from the monthly crystal, 500 from the Titan, and 100 first grade 2 powders. And to that we have to add our Mysterium for having done it, or forgive that, not our Mysterium, for having done it with a character like that. Friends, I hope you liked the video, especially that it helped you how to do this week number 3. So friends, you always like the video. I suggest if you do, and see you in other videos. Bye bye.